Just recently I came across an app that has changed the way I use my Nikon ZR quite dramatically, especially when I use it underwater. How and why? Well, that's the topic of today's video. Hey there, underwater image makers, and welcome back to the channel. It's great to have you here for today's video. By now we all know that the Nikon ZR is a very capable camera, specifically because of that beautiful R3D RAW codec that it comes with. Originally I got a Nikon ZR because I wanted to see whether I can replace my much larger and heavier Red Komodo X/Gate setup with a much smaller and more compact form factor and a setup, an underwater setup that is much lighter per se. The Nikon ZR shoots only in 12-bit RAW compared to the 16-bit RAW that a regular Red camera comes with. But nevertheless, I wanted to give it a try and see whether that would be enough for at least some of my projects. And after receiving the housing just a few weeks ago, well, first I used the Nikon ZR for quite a few above water projects, mainly for some client work, some event coverages. But then a couple of weeks ago, I got my Seafrogs housing for the Nikon ZR and I started to use the camera underwater as well. And I was very pleased with the results. But the Nikon ZR has some shortcomings, specifically when we talk about the user interface, the usability of the camera, specifically underwater. Exposing an R3D RAW image is nothing really difficult, especially with the tools that the larger Red cameras give you, like the traffic lights, false color and all that sort of stuff. On the Nikon ZR, these tools, they are not there. You don't get any traffic lights, you don't get any false color. So the exposure process, or the way how to expose your image, is a little more complicated, and I found it rather difficult to get proper exposure, especially when using it inside a underwater housing on my dives. So I was really happy when I discovered just recently a app that helps you with that. The app is called ZineControl. It's from a Spanish guy who has made this app, and as far as I know, it's like a one-man show. He's come up with the app and he's developing the app right now. It's not a public app yet, it's still in the beta program, but you can sign up for it, and as far as I know, he's still looking for people to come onto the program and test the app. I will actually put a link to where you can sign up for the app down in the video description below. Well, anyways, this app, let's have a quick look at this app, and then I'll show you how I've been using it with the ZR underwater, because it's an app that works through Wi-Fi, and Wi-Fi underwater, well, it also has some challenges, but there's a way to work around that challenge, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But let's have a quick look at the app first. Now, the app gives you a lot of the controls and the tools that you would want to have inside the camera itself, but because they're not in there, at least not at the moment, they might come there with a future firmware update, but right now the app is your best way to actually get to these tools that will help you primarily also with exposing your image correctly. Now, Nikon has given us some extra tools with like one of the last firmware updates, where you got like a little red line that indicates your clipping point for the highlights, and you get that on the waveform and the histogram. But nevertheless, I found it just difficult to see properly where the waveform is and when the line is clipped, or when the highlights go over the line and clip. So having the traffic light, the red traffic lights on the ZineControl app is an absolute game changer for me, because they make it so easy to expose your image properly. If you've never used a Red camera, just a quick idea of how these traffic lights work. You've got red, green and blue, the three channels. You have them sort of above the line and below the line, so highlights and shadows. And if the lights go on, then it means that you've lost information in the respective channel. The further up the column goes, the more information you lose on the highlights. The further down they go, the more you lose on the shadows. And if none of these columns are visible, then it means that everything is recoverable in post-production from the image that you're recording. If any of the lights goes on, then that information is really lost and not there anymore. If the bars go up and down a little bit, that's not a big deal. But if a light goes on, either on top or on the bottom, highlights or shadows, then that information is lost. And that's a really easy way of actually checking your exposure. I got very used to using that with the Red Komodo X over the last couple of years. So having that in the app is just really amazing. And you can actually see, if we look at here, the little whale shark in front of me, and you can see that right now the image is underexposed. It's not everything's lost, but it's underexposed. If I bring some light on there, you can see how it changes the traffic lights and how the bars go up a little bit. Still a little underexposed, it says here, but it's mainly because of the black background of the image, but it's definitely better than without the light. So that just gives you a bit of an idea how these traffic lights work. I love that they're included in the app here. Other things that the app does give you, one of the most important things, also something that is missing on the Nikon ZR itself, on the camera, is focus peaking in R3D RAW. You get it in all the other codecs, but not in R3D RAW for, I don't know, for whatever reason. But here you do. Look at this. You have your peaking there, and if you change focus, this is the wrong way, so here you see the peaking now on the gills and the outline of the whale shark. If we go further down, you can see the other camera there in the background. You can now slowly see the peaking coming onto the borders of the camera there. And this is really, really useful when especially shooting macro with the Nikon ZR, to have that peaking so you know that you've nailed focus. Exposure, focus, two of the most important things, and if you can get those right with easy, manageable tools, which the ZineControl app provides, it just makes your life so much easier. Now, you've obviously also got a ton of other things in here. I don't really want to go through all of it, but if we go quickly on here, we have different LUTs that you can import here or that you can activate. There's a ton already pre-installed, and you can install more LUTs if you want to have a preview as you're on there, and you have your tools there. You can place your histogram there. You have your waveform if you want to have that. You have your RGB parade, your audio levels, your traffic lights, which are really useful. You've got your zebras, your false color. So you got a ton of different exposure tools, focus peaking, a ton of different exposure tools that you can use there, grids, all that kind of stuff. So it's really, really a very complete app already, while it's still in beta. Also, you can control all the parameters of your app. Now, if you want to change your recording format, if you want to do that in camera, it's not complicated, but it takes a couple of steps to change it. Here, you can basically just click on here, and then you can go from R3D NE, your 12-bit, you can go to NRAW, you can go to H265 8-bit, H265 10-bit, you can do your ProRes, you can just go through all the different codecs here and apply them, and that's really, really easy. You can also change stuff like ISO, you can change stuff like your iris, you can change your white balance, you can do all that stuff right there on the screen of the app. You can start and stop recording, so you can just press on the record button and then the app will start recording, or the camera will start recording. And another cool feature is the touch to focus, which lets you just press somewhere on your smartphone screen and the camera will focus in that area. So how do we connect and how do we use the ZineControl app underwater? Because obviously we do need some sort of connection. You can either wire connect the camera to the smartphone, but that's a bit problematic underwater. So you can use Wi-Fi, and yes, Wi-Fi is actually working underwater as well. The thing is just that it is the range it can connect to or transfer data through is very, very limited. So if you keep your smartphone fairly close, and I'm talking like 5 centimeters, within the reach of your camera's Wi-Fi, you will get a connection. You will be able to use the ZineControl app underwater. The way I've done this is by using a Divevolk housing and having my smartphone in there, which gives me through their touchscreen membrane, gives me full control of the smartphone's touchscreen, and then I can use it just the way I would on land. And because it is a membrane and not a hard case like a aluminium case, the Wi-Fi signal goes through it. I just have to make sure that the smartphone housing, the Divevolk housing, is very close to the screen window of the housing for the ZR, and if it's within, as I said, like 5 centimeters, I will get a signal coming through, and I can use the control functions of the app with the ZR that is inside the underwater housing. And that's just really, that's just brilliant. I really, really like that. It makes my life using the ZR underwater so much easier. Anything else about the ZR and its performance underwater, I will come up and create another video about all of that. It's just, I'm not ready to share all that with you because I still need to do some more testing and get some more footage to be able to give you like a proper rundown of what I think about the ZR as an underwater camera. But I really wanted to share this specific app, the ZineControl app, because I think it is an absolute game changer, not only for using the ZR on land, but especially if you want to use the ZR underwater. I highly recommend to sign up for this app. Again, I'll leave all the information down in the video description below. I highly recommend to sign up for the app and start using it. Get a Divevolk housing if you don't have one yet. There's going to be a link down in the video description as well for that housing if you want to get one with a even with a discount of 6%. So if you don't have one and want to get one, this is your way to do so with a little discount. And then you can use all these great features even underwater, which is absolutely amazing. So I hope this helps some of you guys out there get the best and the most out of your Nikon ZR when using it underwater. Let me know what you think about this app. If you've used it, let me know whether you're gonna be signing up for it, whether you want to be using it on your future dives. If you use a Nikon ZR, I'm really curious to hear what you think about it. I think, as I said, game changer, a no-brainer, and something that I'll be using on every single dive with my Nikon ZR because it makes my life using the ZR underwater to shoot underwater content so much easier. And this wraps up our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it was useful to you, and if that's the case, then go and watch this video over here next. And if you have any questions regarding the ZineControl app or the Nikon ZR as an underwater camera, leave them down in the comment section below. Thanks again for your time. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.